I'm going to try and show you best techniques on how to build this part. We've got a sheet metal bracket. It's 4 inches wide on the bottom, 3 inches on the left side, 2 inches on the right. It's a 1/4 inch gauge thickness, which means the thickness of the material is a 1/4 inch. It's 5 feet in length. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5 are the numbers to memorize, and where you got a 9/16 radius on the bottom. It's made of brushed metal. I'm just going to do the portion of the sketch. I'll continue on later, but the main portion here is I want to show you how to sketch this out. This is for your sheet bracket number 2. I had you do sheet bracket number 1, which is the same part, but many of you make a mistake on the radius. You don't get the radius right, and you're really way too slow. I want to get you guys more proficient, so I think the first try is just to try and learn how to do it. Second, third, fourth try and get proficient at this thing. So I'm going to use profile, and I'm going to avoid working on the axis, and we're going to start here. Oh, that's supposed to be 3 inches. I'm going to undo that. I should have got my profile and started here at 1 and 1 and went up. I'm using the grids to help make that easy. I forgot already. Is it 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch? 1/4 inch gauge thickness. So I'm going to do 1/4 inch gauge thickness. Oh, and I went 1/2 inch. 1/4 inch gauge thickness all the way around. It's 4 inches on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Come up, over. I'll just zoom up on this to make this easier for me to deal with. And first thing I'm going to do is constrain this side because it's not coming from my datum. I'm going to auto constrain, highlight this whole profile, reference element, select these 2 lines to datum from. I'll activate stack dimension. Okay, it's off the axis, so I went off the axis at 1 and 1. Selected the profile. I shifted the part. I'm just going to hit undo to put it back. Using the control button, I'm going to grab these 2 lines. God, every once in a while it does that. It'll slide on you. So I'm just trying to slow my roll for a second here and use the dialog box. Find the dialog box to set your datums. Fix, anchor, reference elements are datums on CATIA. Remove the vertical and horizontal because it's over constrained. Select OK. Now this dimension, whoops. This dimension here and this dimension here, they should be the same, and so should this one over here. So I'll just say equals and grab the bottom one, hit enter, double click on this, hit equals, grab this bottom one, select OK. This should be up here on the top. Boy, this should be up here on the top. Slide this out. It should go a 1/4 inch off the part, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch to 3/8, somewhere around there. Just try and make everything presentable and nice for the next guy that has to work with this. Okay, I'll probably move this over here just a little bit, and then this dimension should go off the part. So I'm going to go off like that. Sometimes the stack dimension does something like that on the auto constrain. It's no big deal, just delete it. Go to constrain, and I like to constrain between the 2 parallel lines because I want my overall length, width, and height. Now the bottom dimensions are 9/16, so I highlight the bottom, select corner command, and change that value to 9/16, and I'm going to move that palette under here, try and slide this over here. Oh no, that's how I want it. I'm sorry, I want it to go up there. So we're gonna do 9/16. Right? Now the number one mistake I see is people make the inside corner the same. But if you make the inside corner the same, it won't be consistent. So undo. To show you that, if I highlight this, go to corner, and type in 9/16, 9 divided by 16, and hit tab, it will change. Oh, what do I have? 625? I got 5/8 over there, I think, on my sheet. Yeah, that's 5/8. Anyways, see, this is not going to be constant here. These radiuses can't be the same. So I'm going to undo, and I'm going to highlight this corner and go to radius of 5/8. That's 625. Then I'm going to highlight the other corner of that, and it is 0.625 minus 0.25. You've got to subtract out the material thickness and enter, and that is your part completed. Okay, so that would be the proper technique to constraining this. Again, you should practice this so that you're more proficient and smooth at that. Under profile, you should be at a point where you can create this 1, 2, 3 inches high, 1/4 inch over, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide this over here. You should be able to create a profile that simple. You should know to go to constraint, constrain these two lines to hold parallelism to each other. Okay, and then since that's the only one not coming from the datum, I can use my auto constraints, highlight everything, reference the two bottom lines, stack dimension this. I'm going to go right away to my corner, this line and this line, to select the dialog box, fix, horizontal, vertical, turn those off, select OK. Highlight the bottom, go right to corner. That was 5/8, so I type in 5/8 and hit tab. Highlight this again, it's going to just grab the corner that I can actually corner, and that is 5/8 is 625 minus 1/4 inch for the material thickness. You want to slide your constraints out so it's readable. You want to make this one equal this one. Then you can slide this up. This one can even equal one that equals another one. Slide this, I can move this dimension over here. People know, hey, look, those are all the same. I'm holding and maintaining the same gauge thickness for this part. Okay, I'll move this over a little bit maybe. This should really be off the part. I'll move it over here. Move this up here at 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch off the part. Uh-oh, that's not the right one. Big deal. Delete it. Put in your manual constraint. You're going to constrain from the datum edge to the furthest edge out here. Select the location for your dimension. And there's your parts. And that completes this. You might pull these out too. Make those easier to see. Okay, again, it's not a drawing, so it's not like it has to be, except for people in my class. I want to be able to see it. I want a clean part I can easily read. So that is the completion of that. You should have a picture of that with your analysis verifying that the profile is indeed closed. So make sure to include that in your picture. And we want to go into our sketch. Make sure to name your fix. The property is going to be datum A. Shoot. All caps. And then this one here is datum B. I hit the up arrow and it remembers what I typed in last. So I'll type in B here. When I make my picture, I want to make sure I include my datums, identifying I know the datums. There. Identifying that it's a closed profile and identifying that it's fully constrained. Okay, so this is what your picture should look like for your sketch profile for this exercise here, which is the canvas exercise sheet metal bracket number 2.